Every game begins the same way.
Attention, Birdland. It's me, your host at Orioles Fan Central, and I'm back with the hottest and most exclusive news straight from the O's nest. Before we dive deep into this crucial analysis that could redefine the future of our starting rotation, I need to be direct and clear with you. Subscribe to the channel right now. Do it, and you'll start receiving the fastest and deepest analysis on the Baltimore Orioles, with a unique and truthful perspective from someone who intensely lives the team's day-to-day, who proudly shouts, "Oh!" during the national anthem, and feels every win and every loss. Here the information is inside scoop, the analysis is professional, and the love for the Birds is unconditional. The Orioles' next ace. Is Dylan Cease the top target? Friends of Birdland, the 2025 season is ending in a disappointing fashion. There's no escaping that. With a winning percentage of just .472 as of September 26th, our talented roster of position players, full of young stars like Gunnar Henderson, failed to carry the Orioles into the AL East fight. However, it is precisely in this scenario that the biggest and clearest opportunity arises for the front office, led by Mike Elias, to reverse the course and transform the O's into a serious contender in 2026. The focus, undoubtedly, must be the pitching staff. The numbers are cold and unforgiving. Our starting staff has a collective ERA of 4.59 this season, a number that places us 23rd in all of baseball, simply unacceptable for a team with playoff aspirations. It is in this context of an urgent need for a top-of-the-rotation arm, a true ace, to pair with our young core, that an extremely interesting and, I dare say, strategic market projection emerges. The signing of pitcher Dylan Cease, currently with the San Diego Padres. In a recent analysis, Joe Tanzi of Bleacher Report predicted that the Orioles would sign Cease in free agency. And look closely. There is a very professional and objective logic behind this. Cease is not having the best year of his career. His .812 record and .455 ERA over 168 innings pitched in 2025 are not those of a traditional ace. However, advanced metrics and his history of dominance cannot be ignored. This right-handed pitcher is still a strikeout machine, with 215 punch-outs, the sixth best mark in all of baseball. This demonstrates a capacity to dominate the strike zone and an pitching arsenal that is still elite. The speculation surrounding his future and the possibility of him not returning to San Diego in 2026 give us a clear sign. He will be available. The crucial point, and here is where the differentiated look at market movement comes in, is that Cease's struggles this season have lowered his contract value. This is fantastic news for Baltimore. Mike Elias has the chance to sign a pitcher with Cy Young potential. He was a very strong candidate in 2022 for what the market would call a bargain price for talent of this caliber. If Cease can return to his ace form in 2026, the Orioles will have solved the chronic rotation problem with a masterstroke, adding an experienced and dominant arm to lead the young guys. Baltimore's need for a veteran pitcher to stabilize the roster is clear, and the window of opportunity for Cease is real. The signing strategy: finding value in a volatile market. The acquisition of a pitcher like Dylan Cease is not just a stopgap, it is a statement of intent. If Mike Elias can seal this deal, the Orioles will be signaling to the American League that the rebuilding phase is officially over and that they are ready to compete for the World Series title in 2026. The impact of this addition on the rotation is immediate and spreads throughout the entire pitching staff. Having a pitcher with the ability to dominate a game and throw over 160 innings a year relieves pressure on the younger arms. Think about it. Cease at the top of the rotation allows young pitchers like Povich and Rodriguez to develop in positions where the pressure is lower, not being forced to be the team's ace from day one. This, in turn, increases the depth and resilience of the staff. The collective ERA of 4.59 won't drop with half measures. A shock of quality is needed. And Cease, with his capability of logging over 200 strikeouts, brings exactly that game-changer quality. He is the type of pitcher who can steal 15 to 20 wins for the team in the season, something that was desperately missing in 2025. The analysis that Cease's reputation has plummeted this season is correct, but the drop in his value does not mean an irrecoverable drop in his talent. Baseball is cyclical, and high-level pitchers have the ability to make adjustments from one season to the next. If we look at his 2022 season, he had a 2.20 ERA and was an intimidating force in the American League. That potential does not vanish overnight. The bet is that the Orioles' training, data analysis, and development structure, which has already proven capable of polishing talent, can rescue that ace form. Furthermore, Tanzi raises a point about Cease's potential postseason performance, which, if strong, could raise his value. But even if that happens, the overall 2025 track record suggests his price will not be unattainable. It is vital for the fans to understand that the front office cannot afford to wait for one of the farm talents, like Grayson Rodriguez or Cade Povich, to become the ace overnight. An anchor needs to be added to the rotation. An arm that brings a history of over 200 strikeouts is exactly that anchor. Cease's experience, combined with the young player's raw talent, would create a powerful synergy. The Birdland mentality is to believe in internal development, but the team needs to take the next step to compete with powerhouses like the Yankees and Red Sox, and that involves signing established top-tier talent. Cease's cost-benefit ratio this offseason is, arguably, the best available on the market for a potential top-of-the-rotation starting pitcher. San Diego's movement regarding Cease, with trade deadline speculation, suggests they are ready to move on. This makes Cease a high-priority free agent with the potential to be signed to a midterm contract, 3 or 4 years, which would be ideal for Baltimore, as it would free up salary flexibility after the peak of his contract, coinciding with the potential salary peak of their young all-stars. The urgency is now. If the Orioles want to shout "Oh" again in October, the rotation must be the priority, and Cease is the name that stands out as the best combination of talent, need, and price on the market. The roster impact and implications for the AL East in 2026. The signing of a pitcher of Dylan Cease's caliber is not just a patch-up, it is a declaration of intent. If Mike Elias manages to close this deal, the Orioles will be signaling to the American League that the rebuilding phase is officially over, and that they are ready to compete for the World Series title in 2026. The impact of this addition on the rotation is immediate and spreads across the entire pitching staff. Having a pitcher with the ability to dominate a game and throw over 160 innings per year relieves pressure on the younger arms. Think about it. Cease at the top of the rotation allows young players like Povich and Rodriguez to develop in positions where the pressure is lower, not being forced to be the ace of the team from day one. This, in turn, increases the depth and resilience of the staff. The collective 4.59 ERA will not drop with half measures. A shock of quality is needed. And Cease, with his ability to record over 200 strikeouts, brings exactly that game-changer quality. He is the type of pitcher who can steal 15 to 20 wins for the team in the season, something that was desperately lacking in 2025. Moreover, the move would have an immense psychological impact on Birdland. After a 2025 season that did not meet expectations, the fans need a clear sign that the front office is committed to investing in winning. It's not just about spending, but about spending intelligently. The Orioles' competitive window is opening now. The offensive core is young and productive, and the salary structure is favorable. The time to act is this offseason. Failing to sign a top-tier pitcher now would be a strategic mistake that could cost them the chance to win the AL East in 2026. Analyzing the competition, the AL East is a ruthless division. The Yankees and Red Sox are always active in the market. To overcome these rivals, the Orioles cannot rely solely on internal development. They need established talent that can deliver results on opening day. Cease, even with a slightly below-average year, has an upside that makes him more attractive than most available free agents. If he returns to his 2022 level, he will be one of the top 10 pitchers in the American League, and the Orioles will have signed him at a discount price. This is the kind of move that defines a decade. In summary, the projection that Dylan Cease will be signed by the Baltimore Orioles in the upcoming free agency is more than speculation. It is a solid and necessary market strategy. The front office, under Mike Elias's leadership, has a unique opportunity to acquire a starting pitcher with ace potential who still dominates hitters, as evidenced by his over 200 strikeouts in 2025, at a reduced price due to his underwhelming 2025 season. The rotation problem with its 4.59 ERA demands a high-caliber solution, and Cease is the name that offers the best value for money to transform the Birds into legitimate World Series contenders in 2026. This move would provide the veteran anchor the rotation needs to stabilize and allow the young talents to develop. Market projection indicates that the Baltimore Orioles are expected to sign pitcher Dylan Cease, currently with the San Diego Padres, in free agency, as a solution for the pitching staff, leveraging his potentially reduced price, despite his high strikeout potential and ace history. And now, Birdland, I want to hear from you. With the urgent need for a top starting pitcher, what do you think of the possible signing of Dylan Cease? Would this be the best strategy for Mike Elias? Or would you prefer the Orioles to go after another name on the market? What would be the value ceiling you would pay for Cease? Your voice is crucial for us to understand the best strategy for the upcoming games and the next trade window. Like the video, comment with your opinion, and most importantly, subscribe to Orioles Fan Central to continue following exclusive analyses and daily updates on our beloved O's. Be part of the Birdland that truly knows what's happening.